You might be wondering why I'm outside filming a fence, but this week's video actually is about upcycling a little bedside table with outdoor fence paint, and this is the color fence paint I'm using. I actually love this color and I wanted to try it on this little table here. I bought this from the Facebook Marketplace. It was only $5 and it's so cute. It's missing a handle though, which is pretty easy to remedy, and it's on rollers, so it rolls out really well. It actually has very little damage. I couldn't see any damage really, apart from the missing handle there. On the top though, when you look at it on the top, you can see that it's been worn and used and there are cut marks. They also look like little dents in there as well. Originally I was going to paint the whole thing with the fence paint, but I decided to sand the top down because I thought, you know, that with the dark paint, the nice light timber would look really nice. There are little dents in the top. They're actually sort of deep and the sander wasn't getting to them, so I just got some sandpaper and sanded it down by hand. Hi guys, my name's Danny. I live on the Gold Coast, Australia, and this is my video channel, Our Humble Home. So this is the top of the piece after I'd actually sanded it back a bit more. After I'd sanded the main part off, I kept sanding. I used 80 grit sandpaper, and I thought I also would sand the sides of this piece because I just didn't like the look of how it was without that sanded. I intended to sand the bottom here too, but I decided not to. I thought it would be a bit awkward. Just smoothing it over with a finer sandpaper and taking off the handles because I'm not going to use these handles. They would have to come off anyway to prepare and paint. After cleaning it down with sugar soap, and I also used a really fine sanding block just to go over it and get anything that might be stuck to it, I will wipe it down with water and wipe that off with a rag and just let that dry for a little while. So it's actually outdoor sunproof paint. It's a 12 months paint and it's called Domino, that's the color. And this paint, compared to normal paint that I use, is quite runny. well, maybe not runny so much as it's just a lot thinner. I tried to use the roller here, and you can see here it's just, it might not be noticeable, but when I tried to use it, instead of rolling, it actually just sort of slid over the top, and the cover wasn't very good. So in the end, I thought I would just use the paintbrush to paint it. It was a lot easier. This paint went on so well and so smoothly. It was so easy to apply. I wasn't sure what it would be like if there were many brush strokes, but so I was a little bit concerned about that, because at one point there looked like a few brush strokes were visible, but after the paint had dried, I was so pleased with it. To me, it almost looked like it had been sprayed on. It just came up so lovely. So I wanted to put a top coat on, and I thought over the paint I would just do this spray varnish. I was going to buy a varnish, the Kmart varnish, but it's more like a lacquer, and I didn't want a gloss. I wanted this black colour to be matte, so I sprayed it on, but I didn't want to do that to the top. I wanted to use my beeswax, so I used the rest of my beeswax. There wasn't much left, and I ended up using the whole tin, but I just love the way it comes up with the beeswax. It's so pretty. Well, it wouldn't be a makeover for me if I didn't use my Cricut machine and put a decal on it somewhere. I actually made this from Canva again, the two separate elements, and I just put them together, and I cut them out on the Cricut machine. Sort of, I don't know whether I needed to with this. Yeah, this might have been a teeny fail in the whole design, because really it's not all that noticeable. I didn't want anything too noticeable on the sides of the drawer, so this will be on the side of the drawers on the inside, so when you pull the drawer out you will see them, but really I didn't have to do this. It wouldn't have, I don't think it's added to it all that much, but any excuse to use my Cricut. If I'd painted the top of this black, I would have used these gold handles. These are from Kmart. They're reduced to $4 a packet. These are the ones I'm going to use, the rattan, and I'm going to use that under the handle. And I used it once before in this makeover, and I absolutely loved it. This was my little entryway table. So because the actual screw doesn't go all the way through the drawer, I'm going to have to glue it on, and I'm just using my Maxi Nails glue from Bunnings to do that. It sets hard as a rock, and yeah, I know they'll stay in place with this glue. Just giving the wax top a polish. It comes up with a nice matte type of sheen. Thanks guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love this makeover of fence paint. Here's the result. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye for now.